2025 is getting even weirder because Niantic could be potentially being sold to Saudi Arabian government for $3.5 billion. It is, I'm going to go over all the information in this video, what we know. Super weird, so I don't care. Okay, this is where we're going to start. So, an anonymous leaker has come out recently talking about Niantic being potentially sold to a Saudi Arabian government funding thing, I don't know what you call it, right? For $3.5 billion. Now, this leak could be fully fake. That's very, very possible. This also could be to where I like how Trainer Tips said it. This could have been said so maybe other people that are hear about this would want to buy this $3.5 billion game. But it's not that they are selling, or it's not that this government Scopely is what the whole company is. They make why everyone's so mind boggled is Scopely. The way they monetize their games is so it's overpriced, ads and all that, right? And so what the biggest problem is that Scopely, if they buy Niantic, and it's not just Pokemon Go, it's every game that Niantic makes. So if they buy all those games and they already have terrible tactics, allegedly, right? Then now the new tactics they're gonna use, or the same tactics they'll use on Pokemon Go, it's just gonna make the game worse. We may not already like the prices of tickets, remote raids, and etc. But imagine those prices doubled. Or imagine before you load into Pokemon Go, you get an ad. Or, on top of that, imagine you're about to finish a raid and you get a pop-up ad. And you either pay somewhat over a month to not get ads, or you get ads. You know what I mean? So, this seems like a very big thing. And there's literally not much at all information out. This is the first news of what we know. What I should tell you, I wouldn't be too scared about it, because at the end of the day, this was just a leak that's come out. Now, granted, we do have low-key a lot of information about this, for the fact that I also want to point out that, if Pokemon Go gets sold, nothing's gonna be better. I gotta keep it fully honest. Nothing's gonna get better, because the whole point of someone buying the business is to make money on it. So if they see more potential on money, they're gonna use us for more money. Do you know what I mean? Now, granted, we know Niantic. They love their money. They love doing the tickets. They love the Pokemon shop tickets. They love the remote raids being more expensive. But at the same time, I feel like Pokemon Go really provides us really good events, even if we have to pay a couple bucks for each event, right? But also, we don't have ads. Yes, we have the balloon, how we have that white balloon to get a McDonald's ad, but we'll still get Stardust, berries. Niantic seems to care at least somewhat for us as players, for the fact that we'll at least get rewards for the ad, you know what I mean? But from what I've heard allegedly about Scopely and how the way they run their stuff is everything they do is insanely pay to win. Pokemon Go is nowhere near that. You may think that, but it's simply not true. You can get literally anything for free as long as you walk to a park, a restaurant, anywhere. You can pop your blue incense and you'll get Pokemon spawned to you daily. You know what I mean? Niantic has made their game very, very well to where, they're not making it so much pay to win. Granted, it is more fun when you pay. That is, the experience gets more improved. But it is not the fact that it's literally just insanely pay to win. It's not the case. However, from what we're hearing from Scopely, that they just make it pay to win. The prices are insane, I simply hope that this isn't the case. The reason I found this out, by the way, I was literally sorting bulk on my stream. I was doing a vertical stream. I was talking, and someone in chat came in As I was about to talk about like my new drop I was gonna do on my website, he said something like, did you hear about Pokemon Go being sold? And I was like Pokemon Go being sold? I'm like, are you talking about like the pack set, like the card set? And he was like, no, like a Saudi Arabian company is going to buy Pokemon Go. And I was kind of confused. And then he said 3.5 billion. So then I kind of went on YouTube to kind of see what's up. Then I saw a Trainer Tips video. And this is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. Because again, it's not just Pokemon Go being sold. It's the fact that it's entirety of like Niantic games being sold, which is interesting. Look, people may say Niantic's money hungry, whatever you may think, but 3.5 billion, dude, that's insane. Dude, I don't even know any other games that Niantic's made. You know what I mean? I thought Pokemon Go was like the only game they made, but I guess it makes sense for them to make multiple games. But what I would say is like, I wouldn't stress about this, you know what I mean? I definitely see a lot of like, if it does go through, this is gonna be the biggest hot case in a long time, because there's a lot of people, including myself, that spent a lot of money on this game. And you know, this is, you know, YouTube is my job. I'm glad this isn't my only channel, because at the end of the day, that like, it's not our decision for what the company does. You know what I mean? I find it crazy that literally one of these days you could log into Pokemon Go, and before you log in, you get an ad. Or you go to your shop and remote raids are 300 Pokecoins. You know what I mean? So I say this, you might be like, they won't scalp us like that. It is a public government fund. A Saudi Arabian government public fund. Their whole point of buying the games is to make more money for them to fund. It is as simple as that. So it would be impossible for them not to raise the price, especially with their alleged background of them having it in the past with their other games. So I say this for one, enjoy every single event that is going to occur. How long do we think that this business deal is going to take? Who knows? Because at this point, we don't know if this deal has been in the background for who knows how long. Who knows how long it's been since they've been starting to talk about this deal. And who knows the end date. All we know is a leaker came out talking about Niantic being sold to the government fund for a high amount of money. We have no clue if this was already in the background happening. Who knows? Now, again, I want to talk about now of you simply should just enjoy the game to its fullest while you still can. And if it does change, try it out. You can't knock it until you try it. That's what I'm going to do as well. If the game is different, I'm still going to try it out anyways. Maybe they learn from their past games, and maybe this game will be better. Maybe in some universe, this game will even get cheaper for some things. Who knows? Even though I think already it's decently cheap. I say decently because there's some events where it's a little bit more expensive and some events are only 99 cents. So who knows? Honestly, again, this is pretty new info, so I wouldn't stress about it too much. At the end of the day, Niantic could come out and say all of this is completely false. That could also be another thing. This has happened in the last 24 hours of this information, so I wanted to make sure to give y'all this info. So it wouldn't be just Pokemon Go being sold, which I think is kind of a good thing, because if it was just Pokemon Go being sold, I feel like that would guarantee it being more expensive for everything. Because again, the whole point of them buying it would be for them to raise the prices to make more money. That's It's $3.5 billion. You got to make it back, you know? So it would technically be a almost safe thing for us as the players because it's not just one game. Again, however, even if it's multiple games, right? It's still that big possibility of stuff going up in price. Could also mean we lose more events. Could mean we lose the in-person events. If it gets sold, who knows how much care is to this game anymore? You know what I mean? Like, Niantic has set us up to where we get events so frequently. We get in-person areas, New York, LA, Japan, Singapore, Fukuoka. I think that's Japan too. Niantic has set us up to where we're always getting events, community days, just new rewards, new research, new Pokestops. They really set us up to really have a fantastic game. And I feel like this was almost a wake-up call for us players to know how good we actually have it. Granted, sometimes stuff glitches, you know what I mean? It happens, you know? But I really think, to be honest, we're throwing too much shade at Niantic for what they've done. Because now, when you look at it, from what they allegedly may be being sold to, this game is cooked. Because, again, from the background of Scopely, allegedly, their games are butt. Their games are butt. I don't know how else to say it. They are not good. They are too money hungry. They are too pay to win. The same thing, but we have the game so good. So as of right now, play as much as you possibly can. And again, there's not much info going on. Like, it's kind of crazy of this happening. So things that happen like this, Niantic seems to not respond to stuff like this. And if they don't respond to this, it's the worst thing they can do. Niantic, if you're watching this, you have to respond to this. Whether confirm it or deny it. Because you're going to have to do it eventually. Because you either deny it, and now you won't lose hundreds of players. You won't have all of your community tweaking, scared that they're not going to be able to play their game that they spent money on. And they're going to want refunds, all this refund stuff. Or, number two, or did they make us sign to play Pokemon Go before? Remember when we had to sign something before to where we couldn't refund things at all? We couldn't ask for any refunds whatsoever once you bought something? When we had to sign something or else we couldn't play Pokemon Go? Did we sign that because they were planning on selling the game? Do you know what I'm talking about? Someone watching this video is commenting, know what I'm talking about. And look, I also know the comments. I know some people don't care. That's cool. Now look, at the end of the day, Pokemon Go is just a game. Some folks, it's their job. For me, it is part of my job. It's one of the channels that I do run. But at the end of the day, especially if any Pokemon Go YouTubers are watching, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You gotta start branching out to vlogs or Pokemon cards. That's like your two best bets. Because that's how I see Pokemon Go as. Like, I've been doing Pokemon cards. It started to do decent. And then vlogs is kind of like Pokemon Go too. If you're a Pokemon Go YouTuber watching this, you got to start implementing more in your Pokemon Go videos. Because if this happens, then your channel, like, what are you going to do with it? You know what I mean? You can't. It's going to be really difficult to play a game that's like $30 an event. Or you get an ad midway through your raid. You know what I mean? So, honestly, I sincerely hope that if Niantic, if you're watching this, please say something. Not in the comments. GameStop tried to comment in the comments, and GameStop didn't help themselves. Niantic, do like a public post. on confirming or denying whether or not this game is being sold. If you want to be nicer, let us know whether or not the game's gonna fall off. That would be cool, but I know you wouldn't do that. But from what we've seen, it is very scary to see, because at the end of the day, this is some people's jobs. Some people's jobs will get lost with this if they get sold. No one in the community will benefit from this. I'm just gonna be fully honest. The whole point of them buying it is to fund more of them. They don't care about us. You know what I mean? Niantic actually has partial of a care for us. I really hope that Niantic doesn't sell Pokemon Go. That would show further that Niantic cares more about us. We will see what happens though. Hope for the best. I'll make update videos as well. You can let me know in the comments below what you know. Thank y'all so much for showing up to today's video. God bless. Jesus loves y'all. Have a fantastic day. I'll see y'all in the next video.